Good evening, and welcome to another show of Aging with Attitude. My name is Phil Koch. I'm the host. Tonight we are blessed with yet another performance of Nathan Hefner, who has been on our show many times before. Nathan began singing publicly at the age of 3 and began playing the piano by the age of 5. In high school, he was performing in a swing and jazz group. Since then, Nathan has been charming audiences all over the East Coast with his dazzling repertoire of music that encompasses the tranquil sounds of early crooners to the edgier rockability of the 50s and 60s. He has performed with many artists, but his favorite performance perhaps was with Patti Page, whose career he followed from the age of 6. Welcome again, Nathan, and we look forward to hearing from you. Also with us tonight is Donna Dye, who's going to be interacting with our guest tonight. She's a musician herself, pianist. She plays at church. She plays in the St. James Male Chorus, has a TV show of her own here on Channel 21 called The Healing Touch. Nathan, take it away.
Will do, Phil. Thank you so much. Donna, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I thought we'd do a few songs by my favorite singers. I think a favorite singer of everybody is Mr. Sinatra, Old Blue Eyes.
Absolutely. A lot of people.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. For it's hard, you will find, to be narrow of mind if you're young at heart. You can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams, and life gets more exciting with each passing day. And love is either in your heart or on its way. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young and hard? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, think of all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part: you have a head start if you are among the very young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, think of all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part: you got a head start if you are among the very young at heart.
Wonderful song. Wonderful.
That's a good song in it.
And then you said you're going to do a lot of your favorite singers today.
Sinatra's got to be one of my. I'll say the number 2 favorite. I'll be a Patti Page loyalist till my dying day. But absolutely.
What I would love to know is, what in the world, growing up, did your record collection look like?
It was strange for my. I was born in '76, so I was in rock and roll and all that stuff. While my friends were listening to Michael Jackson, I was listening to Frank Sinatra and Patti Page and Rosemary Clooney and Eddie Fisher and all those people. It was a little. I took a little ribbing over the years, but now that's what all of them listen to, so it worked out.
Well, tell me a little bit about where you actually grew up. We were talking earlier.
Yeah, I grew up in a little town called Drexel, North Carolina, and I couldn't have picked a better town to grow up in. At least at the time, it was just a wonderful town to be in. It's still a wonderful little town, but it's just kind of like as many little towns have seen with the economic downturn and everything.
Right.
It's kind of gone under. But as a kid, we had all sorts of. It was something like, you know, out of a 1950s or 60s movie. You had all the kids on the block you played with, and we had, you know, went to the woods and played, made trails, and had a lot of fun. And it was a really neat upbringing. My uncle ran a wonderful barbershop downtown, which became kind of a famous
barbershop.
The barbershop, yeah, and all sorts of bluegrass players would come through there from all over the country. And I remember myself going down. They'd throw me up on the piano and say, "We'll go at it." And my first professional gig really was country music. It never panned out. I don't know where the guy is now, but that I was working for. But it was a lot of fun.
I've actually had the opportunity a couple times to be in that barbershop. That's one reason I think it's so exciting, so interesting.
It's an experience.
It really is.
Yeah,
it really
absolutely.
is. And you're right. They're shaving and you say shaving and picking. Is that what
Something
it was?
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. I know that it got to the point. My uncle, who has passed on, but he had a chair with a rear view mirror on it, so he could nap and see who was coming through the door without having to get up. It was just that kind of laid back.
Wow.
That southern country atmosphere, but very, very special memories there.
Cool. Would you share another artist and song?
Well, I was just speaking of Perry Como earlier. This is one of my favorites of his, although it was much later in his career. You think of some of his don't let the stars get in your eyes and things like that, but I think this is one of his best songs written by Don McLean. And I love you so. The people ask me how I've lived to now. I tell them I don't know. I guess they understand how lonely life can be. Life began again the day you took my hand. And yes, I know how lonely life can be. The shadows follow me, the night won't set me free. But I don't let the evening get me down. Now that you're around me, and you love me too. Thoughts are just for me. You set my spirit free. I'm happy that you do. The book of life is brief, and once a page is read, all but love is dead. That is my belief. love you so. The people ask me how I've lived to now. I tell them I don't know.
Great job.
Thank you. Love this song.
I was just sitting here thinking about, talking about watching Lawrence Welk. I had kind of an odd record collection. And
Did you?
oh, yes, and I was the very same way. As long as it was true music, enjoyed it. And I remember watching Lawrence Welk and the girls with their gowns, and there's a lot of wonderful female singers out there in that time frame, too. You want to tell me about a couple of them?
It's funny you mentioned Lawrence Welk because I got a call a couple months ago, and I'm going to be working with the Lemon Sisters doing several shows in January, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Congratulations.
Yeah. But several of the other girl singers of that period, I always thought Rosemary Clooney was just one of the best. And she was always one of my favorites. I have the privilege, I think, of owning just about every single recording she ever did. So this is one of hers that I actually recorded a couple of times myself. It's a great song from The Pajama Game, the Broadway show. Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. Love never made a fool of you. You used to be too wise. Hey there, you on that high-flying cloud. Though she won't throw a crumb to you, you think someday she'll come to you. You'd better forget her. Her with her nose in the air. She has you dancing on a string. You break it and she won't care. Won't you take this advice I hand you like a brother? Or are you not seeing things too clear? Are you just too far gone to hear? Is it all going in one ear and out the other? Won't you take this advice I hand you like a brother? Or are you not seeing things too clear? Are you too much in love to hear? Is it all going in one ear and now the other?
Fantastic.
Thank you. It's a good song.
It really,
I've
really
always
is.
said if you've got a good song to work with, you're halfway there.
You're right,
There's a lot of bad songs out there I've had to work with.
for sure. You know, another one that we've talked about earlier was Doris Day, I think you mentioned. And who in the world wouldn't fall in love with Doris Day?
I know.
I mean,
And-
she's that personality, the blonde hair, the
Yeah.
epitome of wonderful.
I had when I was a kid, I collected autographs, and it was pretty neat to go to the mailbox and see something from Hollywood, California, and all these autographs they would actually take the time. I think because I was so young and had the interest in their music,
Right.
and they kind of said, well, we'll help the kid out. We'll throw him a bone. Here's an autograph. So you had all those singers. Of course, Kay Starr and some of the others I got to know personally.
Wow.
Have been really neat. And we'll get back to Kay Starr in just a bit. But yeah, I'd love to do a song for Doris. Once I had a secret love that lived within the heart of me. All too soon my secret love became impatient to be free. So I told a friendly star, the way that dreamers often do, just how wonderful you are, and why I'm so in love with you. Now I shouted from the highest hill, even told the golden daffodil, at last my heart's an open door. My secret love's no secret anymore. Shouted from the highest hill, even told the golden daffodil, at last my heart's an open door. My secret love's no secret, it is no secret. My secret love's no secret anymore.
I think that was from Calamity Jane, the movie she made.
It was. It was.
I don't remember what year that was, but 1949 or 50, somewhere in there.
Great job.
Well, thank you.
Well, I heard you talk about another one of your favorites being Floyd Kramer. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I had a very special childhood with my, I should say I was very fortunate to have grandparents who loved music, and they loved all the right kinds of music as far as I'm concerned. My mother's mother introduced me to Patti Page, who became tremendously influential on my career. And on the other side, my dad's dad was a huge Patti Page fan as well. And I stole his Patti Page records from him eventually. But he listened to Patti ever since she was very popular in the 50s, but also he was a big Floyd Kramer fan. And so the influences on me, the influence from a vocal standpoint from both sides of the family, from the Patti Page thing, and then also my grandfather, Claude, he also was a big Boots Randolph fan. So I ended up playing piano and saxophone because of the records we used to sit and listen to in his office, and just very special memories. And I know that he always loved this song.
Great job. Greatly
song.
enjoyed that. It is. It is.
People come up to me all the time and they say, what's the name of that song? It's The Last Date. That's the name of it. And I think it means that song was very special to a lot of people at the time. I think a lot of people dated that song, and it was a very romantic piece of music, a very big hit for Floyd Kramer.
Actually, I had the opportunity to see Floyd's grandson play that this summer.
Floyd's grandson has taken over the road?
Absolutely.
How
It was
about
awesome.
that? I didn't know that.
It was very awesome.
Very nice.
Give us something else if you would, please.
Well, I would love to. I was talking earlier about meeting Kay Starr, and who was one of my all-time favorite singers. And she actually came by my house and sat with me. We had a very nice time. Kay Starr was in Durham, North Carolina, and I had gone down to have dinner with her. And she was going with her daughter to Asheville, North Carolina, and the next day, and there was a big wreck on Interstate 40. And I called her. I said, "You're not going to get to Asheville via Interstate 40." She said, "Well, do you mind if I come by your house for a little bit?" So I said, "Well, sure, come on by there." Got the house straightened up really quick. Anyway, just neat to sit around with her and my family, and what wonderful memories I have with her. And this is one of her great songs. The wheel of fortune goes spinning around. Will the arrow point my way? Will this be my day? Oh, wheel of fortune, please don't pass me by. Let me know the magic of a kiss and a sigh. While the wheel is spinning, 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 I'll not dream of winning fortune or fame. While the wheel is turning, 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 I'll be yearning, yearning for love's precious flame. Oh, wheel of fortune, I'm hoping somehow, if you ever smile on me, please let it be now.
Great job.
Thank you.
Well, as usual, time went very quickly. We're almost out of time.
You are almost out of
And
time.
I am sure Patty Page is,
Twist
like
my
you
arm.
said,
Twist my
absolutely,
arm.
In fact, if you have a couple and when we just go on out, and we've had a great time having you here, and
I
just
appreciate that.
enjoy Patty
Well,
Page.
I guess the song best known that Patty is best known for is the Tennessee Waltz, and it was actually a oddball thing because that was not the hit. She was recording a song called Boogie Woogie Santa Claus.
Oh,
That was going to be the big hit that year, and they said, "Well, what do you put on the flip side of it?" They said, "We don't care, just anything," and they put on this song. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see introduced him to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me.
Tennessee Waltz. I remember the night in the Tennessee Waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they